Good afternoon. I'm Carl Friedman. I'm the editor of Gambling Insider. I'm sitting here with Simon Thomas, CEO of the Hippodrome. Um, they're just about ready to open up on August 1st, and we just wanted to get his take, his insight on what to expect. Mr. Thomas, could you explain just a little bit of your background and your history in the industry and how you got started?
Sure, and welcome to everybody to the Hippodrome. I think it has to be said that gambling is in my blood. I'm apparently the seventh generation of my family in the gambling business. My great-great-great-grandparents were travelling showmen doing gambling on travelling fairs, through to my father who set up his own bingo business in the 60s and built it up. He actually sold it in 1987 when I was at university. I took that as an opportunity not to go into the family firm. I wanted some external experience. Went into the city, was a merchant banker for a while, and then came in and took over the remnants of the old firm that he'd kept for me and built that up. I was lucky in the 90s, bingo deregulated and caught that wave, and then sold that business in 2006 ahead of the new Gambling Act, which was not going to be good for bingo, and the smoking ban, which my analysis was it was not going to be good for bingo. Thankfully, some venture capitalists thought otherwise, and that gave me the funds to have a go at the Hippodrome. And the new Gambling Act 2005 made the casino market much more attractive and more into the space that I understood, the deregulated space, and so took on the Hippodrome and opened it just over 80 years ago. And it's been just an incredible journey, and it was superb all the way up to March, and then obviously we've been closed now for 4 months, and we are very excited to be reopening.
So you're reopening on August 1st. Can you just walk us through some of the changes that you've had to make and how you've been able to balance aesthetics with safety?
Yeah, and of course. So August 1st opening date, we are very excited. We will have the building open completely, with the exception of our Magic Mike live theatre show, which will follow hopefully in October. We'll have live gaming 16 hours a day. The building will be open 24 hours a day. The bar's open 24 hours a day. The steakhouse will be open every evening. And in addition, we will also have our new smoking terraces, which we've been working on over lockdown. We'll be opening in 1st of August for one of them, and then middle of August for the second one. So there's quite a lot going on. Now, obviously, we've had to make all the necessary changes to make us, they call it COVID safe, one-way systems, queuing systems, hand sanitation, hand washing, plexiglass screens like you can see behind us, reduced capacity, all of the obvious ones. But at the same time, it was key to me that it shouldn't just be reductionist. It's not just telling people what they can't do and making their life less than it was before. The Hippodrome is huge. We have 80,000 square feet. We're spread over 6 floors now, and it gave us the opportunity to actually make some of the spaces better for the gamblers. For example, in Lola's downstairs, we've taken out a bar, sort of show bar area, and put quite a big chunk of electronic gaming in there that are facing a 12-metre screen, nothing like it anywhere in the UK. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we've got the smoking terraces, giving us a lot more space than we had before. So when people will come in, they will hopefully feel safe. They can see we're doing that side of it properly, but they will also feel, do you know what, but it's still fun, and we're going to have a great time, and oh, there's something new to look at, that sort of attitude. And that's what we're drilling through our staff as well. All the staff training has been done, but it's not just telling people they can't do things. I'm sure everyone's been to shops to get told you can't walk one way or walk another way type attitude. We actually want people to come in and know they're safe, but also feel they're in an incredible, exciting space like the Hippodrome has always been.
Considering how unpredictable these times have been, can you explain a little bit about your strategy moving forward in terms of being able to stay nimble in your means of communicating with yourself and your team to make sure that you're able to change direction if need be?
Yeah, of course. Flexibility is the key word here. We've got all of our action plans which go to the 1st of August, and the 2nd of August, the comment on the plan is rip it all up and start again. There's a famous quote about no plan surviving contact with the enemy. And clearly the customers aren't the enemy, but the concept is the same. And again, we have an advantage here. We are a single site with a full management team on site from chief executive down. So we will be looking into every aspect of the business. We'll be analysing who is doing what, where the blockages are, where the opportunities are, and we can make decisions in real time to change whatever we need to optimize. And it's going to evolve over the next few months. So we'll be constantly reworking, reimagining, evolving until we get it right. And then if it changes, we'll change it again.
The government was happy to open up bingo halls, betting shops on July 4th, but casinos were not included in that, and you had to wait basically another month to open. Can you explain how that further delay has impacted the business or has changed your strategy?
Yeah, of course, it hasn't changed the strategy. It was intensely frustrating, particularly illogical to allow bingo halls to open where they've got an older, more vulnerable clientele who arrive for a session and leave sort of en masse as well. It didn't make any sense to us, but hey ho, that was the decision that was made. Clearly there's been lots of unknowns and the government have had to work through them. And I think it could actually have been worse. And a big shout out to our Minister, Nigel Huddleston, and his team, who fought for us to be able to open on the 1st of August. And thankfully we are, and we can look forward and get on now with the reopening. Clearly after reopening it's not going to be necessarily easy. There's got to be survival to start with, and then recovery. We will work hard to achieve all of that.
And have you been impressed with the gaming industry's response to these unprecedented times in terms of cohesion and ability to work together? And have you also seen that with you and your staff here in a concerted effort to get back to business and get back to working on the gaming floor?
Yeah, it's actually been really heartwarming, to be honest. Nothing like a good crisis to pull people together. And the UK casino industry has come together like it has never done before, working together, working through all of the procedures that we've actually had to adopt as an industry. And then beyond that, Europe and America have opened ahead of us, so there's plenty for us to learn. And our relationships with the European and the American casinos, again, are stronger than they've ever been. And I don't think there's been any request for information or help that's not been met positively from all of our competitors and also compatriots in the casino industry, which has been superb. As for the staff, I employ 750 people here, and it is like a family. We spent a lot of time communicating to people. I've been doing sort of weekly, bi-weekly blogs to people. I've been Zoom bombing in on some of the Zoom calls that have been going on, just to make sure everybody knows what's going on. They know what the problems are, they know what the opportunities are. It's all helps people to understand and brings us together. And the response to the reopening date was just phenomenal from the staff. They are gagging to come back, gagging to get stuck back into operations because we have fun here.
And have you been speaking with other casinos around the country in terms of what they're doing? And is your plan moving forward, is it any different, or how have you taken what other people are doing into consideration?
All the casinos have been working together. There are some variations on the theme, clearly. Our use of plexiglass here is our interpretation of the regulations. Some of the other casinos haven't gone down the plexiglass route, and so in a way that's good because we can then learn from each other. If the customers feel more secure and prefer plexiglass, then everybody will go that way, and if they don't, then I'm sure we'll be having a bonfire of the plexiglass quite quickly. And it has to be around what the customer wants, and the more we talk with our competitors, our neighbours, the better we can help the whole industry recover.
It's one thing to be drawing in domestic customers kind of in the area here, but could you speak a little bit about your confidence in the tourism industry returning and getting those very integral customers back into the Hippodrome?
Yeah. clearly tourism is an important part of the London scene, and London is an amazing city and people will come back to it. Obviously the question is when, and we're again fortunate in the Hippodrome that we have an incredibly strong local market, and for us the tourists the icing on the cake. So for the moment we will concentrate on the local market, and then we're working with the Mayor of London, with the government, to market the West End for domestic and international tourism, and we're working with all of the local bids and Visit Britain type setups to drive volume back into the area.
Mr. Thomas, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you all the best for your reopening on August 1st.
Thank you. We are looking forward to it. And as promised, this is our new smoking terraces. Before, this was the upper tier, which went as far as that railing there. We've added on more than double the space in this level, as you can see, and then added another floor on top. And this level will be finished technically today. You can see they're taking the decorative coverings off now, the protective coverings. And upstairs we finish in another couple of weeks. And there's certainly nothing like it in the area. And we are very excited to see what our customers think of it.